Early 2022 was marked by the devastating event of the eruption of the Tonga volcano. This explosion is perhaps the greatest one mankind has experienced in the current century, and had its presence known by literally sending shockwaves through the entire world. But if you think that this was some rare occurrence, then you would be surprised to know that there have been even more devastating eruptions that have taken place in the near history. For example, back in 2018, another underwater volcano located on the coast of France's Mayotte island decided to erupt with mind-blowing results. Discovery of the volcano was via seismometers worldwide, recording unexpected rumbles from a rather peaceful location in the Indian Ocean somewhere between Kamarus and Madagascar. This led the scientists to come up with a 2,690-foot-tall volcano which left them speechless. The eruption of the volcano was a major magmatic event that was the source of over 11,000 earthquakes that could be recorded. As a result of this underwater volcanic eruption, there was great devastation to the seafloor and could be felt across the globe. Hello everyone and welcome to the Incredible Theory YouTube channel. Here you will find some of the world's most compelling, intriguing scientific stories, strange discoveries, imagination, adventure, lost knowledge, myths and legends, and unusual ancient artifacts. Much knowledge has been either lost or hidden from us for many years, and now it's time for humanity to re-educate itself in regard to the profound world we live in. Did you stop to think about what could be the reason behind such underwater volcanic eruptions? Let's take a deeper look at various underwater supermassive volcanoes that erupt without warning and wreak havoc to understand the underlying mechanism and whether we should be worried about them. The time between May 2018 and May 2021 was when the island of Mayotte, once located in the French colony between that of Madagascar and Mozambique, was hit by a series of more than 11,000 earthquakes. The strongest earthquake of the series measured about 5.9 in magnitude. This was accompanied by unusual seismic hums or very low-frequency earthquakes beginning deep down, which were picked up by the seismometers across the globe. Research on the seismic events led scientists to conclude that it was a result of a massive underwater volcanic eruption, unlike anything we had seen before. The team of geophysicists from the University of Paris, led by Nathalie Fourier, used various technological devices to try and pinpoint the exact location of the source of this magmatic event. For example, underwater seismometers were used. Besides this, an echo sounder using radar signals was used, which finally uncovered the 2,690-foot-tall volcano. Nearly 17,000 seismic events were recorded by scientists between the end of February and the beginning of May 2019 at a depth of approximately something between 12 and 31 miles beneath the ocean floor, which is deeper than for most earthquakes recorded so far. The seismic discoveries don't end here, though. Additional 84 occurrences were discovered when scientists searched at lower frequencies. From the data gathered, the scientific crew was able to piece together the reason which might have led to the formation of the new volcano. According to them, tectonic plate movements tore the Earth's crust apart, allowing magma to escape and rise onto the surface, leading to the formation of geologic dikes. These dikes are actually rocks that fill large gaps and cut through rock layers. As a result, magma stored in reservoirs beneath this layer rose to the top layers, all the while reactivating faults in the mantle that had been present all along. The consequence was the series of earthquakes causing magma to flow to the seafloor and its eruption, along with the creation of a cubic mile of lava. This in turn led to the formation of a new volcano, which is known as a submarine volcano. The most astonishing factor, though, is that the reservoir from where the submarine volcano draws its magma is the deepest known to geologists, which is at a depth of 34 miles or 55 kilometers beneath the surface. Scientists were stunned by this discovery, as volcanology has never before come across such a deep reservoir at the base of the lithosphere. The occurrence of the volcanic eruption marks the first measurement of earthquakes off the French island since 1972. Before this, the most recent volcanic eruption in the area dates back a little over 4,000 to 6,000 years ago. Judging from the way things look seismically, scientists are predicting that a new caldera collapse, higher slope undersea eruptions, or onshore eruptions may well be possible in the near future. This has not been the first time an underwater volcano has erupted, and now we know this will not be the last. Let us take a look at some other similar incidents mentioned in history. The year was 1833, and in Indonesia, what erupted is called the Krakatoa disaster to this day. The fateful events of the day are the result of an underwater volcanic eruption causing a reckless tsunami to be ever seen in modern history. The tsunami so unleashed had waves that were 120 feet tall, which is large enough to submerge a 6-story skyscraper. This caused casualties of life and property that are so horrific to remember even to this day. The giant waves consumed over 300 cities and villages, claimed the lives of almost 36,000 people. This cataclysmic event in Krakatoa was later found to be due to the collapse of the caldera, but this was in the distant past, and we can look at a more recent example of a supermassive underwater volcanic eruption to get an idea of the havoc these things wreak. All we have to do is to take the Tonga Haipai volcanic eruption that occurred in Tonga on the 15th of January as an example. Though the eruption continued for 11 long hours, it is feared that it will be years before experts figure out the underlying cause for its eruption, as well as assess the risk of future volcanic threats. The consequences of the underwater Tongan eruption were many, which included a tsunami, a sonic boom, and thousands of lightning bolts. This is one other thing that scientists think may be happening as a result of this. There could be acid rain because the eruption resulted in the ejection of a plume of ash into the high atmosphere. The resultant tsunami wiped out the dwellings on Tonga's neighboring islands. According to researchers, an eruption of that magnitude was perhaps the greatest throughout the globe over a span of 30 years. The wreck that tsunami left in its wake was too severe. More than 100,000 people in Tonga had been directly or indirectly impacted by the event. Unfortunately, earthquakes continuously keep rocking the area, and scientists predict that the threat of a volcanic eruption is not. With all that being said, all we can do is hope that these scientific predictions remain as such and no other supermassive underwater volcanic eruption takes place. Otherwise, we all know the horrific consequences and havoc any natural calamity of these magnitudes can cause. This brings us to the part of the video where we bid you goodbye, hoping that you liked our content. Well, if you did, let us know that by hitting the like button and also subscribing to our channel to know more about such intriguing things. Also, don't forget to press the bell icon, because trust us when we say that you won't want to miss our other videos.